and welcome to Astrology and Alchemy with Paranormal Sarah and Matthew Slosher. I almost forgot my name. Wow, that tells you where we're at. How are you guys doing? How are you surviving? We're 1 hour later than usual.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're going to have a lot less people. I don't know.
You never know. This late in the evening, we might have just new crazy people. You never know. You never know. We might have a bunch of just different kind of late night owl. I don't know. It's just 1 hour. It's not going to change, is it?
We'll see.
Much does it?
We'll see. We have absolutely no one. Oh, we got, okay. Hey, Ruth, we got our first person.
Ruth's like,
I was going to get scared here. I'm like, usually we have people before the show even starts saying hi. So
I know. And people that worry about us and worry, where are we? There's Russ. There's some familiar faces. I know.
right.
We can't believe you're still up. It's true. And we thank you that you are.
Okay.
There's Mary. There's people finding us. There you
It's my
go.
fault
See?
we're an hour later. I had to go get my son. I'm the only one that can drive in the house right now. So I had to go get my son. So
you're like a taxi service right now.
Yep.
Uber. Now you know how they feel.
But now driving's done. So I have my, is it wine? Is it adenochrome?
Is it blood of his enemies?
Am I 80 or am I 32? Who knows?
Keanu Reeves will never ask and he'll never tell, as it should be. Here's the deal, guys. Last week we were right. I mean, not to have radio silence, but right? I mean, accurate, relevant, and helpful. Those are the three kind of measuring tools that I'm working with whenever we're trying to sharpen our intuitive skills or our empathy, because it's kind of subjective by nature anyway. So just to think that here we are using the stars, using the constellation, using measuring tools of our ancestors that people would say is so pseudoscience. And yet, really able to predict, navigate spaces throughout the week, which I find quite helpful because otherwise it feels a little uncertain out there. A little cray-cray, right? I mean, is it just me? It might just be me. I am a crazy woman. It just might be me. Anybody?
Nobody out there.
No, look. People in the chat room said it's not just me. See? It's not just me, Matt. What about you? We mentioned some of the hacking. We mentioned some of the reactors. We've mentioned some of the Mother Nature shaking and a quaking. Aliens! Huh! I don't know if you were as excited as I was. Seriously, to the day, to the meditative day. Ooh, my more objective friends were a little nervous about that one. Some weird things. In Ireland, they're seeing things. It's been crazy. Where are they not seeing things? Where are you? Tell us in the chat. Where are you not seeing things? So anyway, we're going to get into it because we got to. It's already March. It's March 8th. Tomorrow's going to be a numerological thing for numerological people out there. It's going to be Wednesday, but it's going to be 392022. What does it mean? What does that necessarily mean? It doesn't necessarily mean anything, but are you guys ready? Let's delve into it. Let's see what the astrology says. It's going to be Wednesday. It's going to be Mercury. Mercury entering Pisces. Okay. That's the only thing happening tomorrow on Hump Day. We can work with that. Mercury entering Pisces. Our communication getting a little wet. What does it mean, Matt? What does it mean?
Well, I know we've had a lot of Pisces talk lately, so there's a lot of stuff in Pisces. But so again, it's the last sign. So I always view it as it's kind of like that deathbed perspective. So it's kind of a take one for the team, more sacrificial. It's introspective. It's kind of looking back on things, more kind of self-sacrificial. I know last week we were talking about, with particularly some of the things going on in the world, there may be more of a, willing to sacrifice, take one for the team type action on this. And since Mercury is thoughts and communication, I'm thinking, again, that kind of sacrificial energy. So I'm thinking you're going to see a lot more, particularly with what happened yesterday or today, you're going to see a lot more communications of, yes, this is going to be painful, but it's for the greater good. And so maybe more people jump in on oil boycotts. Maybe more people jump in on, yes, we're going to pull our business. And yes, this is going to be painful in the short term, but we need to do it because it's the right thing to do. And so
sacrifice.
I think it's more sacrifice to pile in on Russia.
I think that this is also too, man, we've said also too, looking back. Today, a good friend of mine, she's a burlesque dancer. I don't know why I feel the need to do like that kind of movement with burlesque. If you're just listening, you don't get the joys of the chat video online of knowing what movement I'm talking about. Bonnie is her name. If you're in Tennessee, you got to go check out Bonnie Valentine. She's one of my favorites. Shout out Bonnie Valentine. Oh, she's beautiful. Who doesn't love Bonnie Valentine? Anyway, today she did a portrait quoting Oasis. Don't look back in anger. I know, Wonderwall, but don't look back in anger. I heard her say, man, one of the better songs. We actually went into a big conversation about that song. And I had written it down in my meditation today for really understanding acceptance and apology. Two different things, sometimes synonymous, very different. Acceptance and apology. And don't look back in anger. And just noticing that looking back is going to be something that is reiterated for tomorrow. It's going to be hump day. It's going to be middle of the ground. I'm going to be recording the first episode of No Man's Land as heard on Odyssey. And it's going to be a day of boycotts and sacrifices, is what you're telling me. Because of that, Pisces, fish in a barrel, filter by which we are communicating through Mercury. I think of Apollo. But communication, maybe Hugin and Mugen. What other guides or ways in which you see communicating showing up for you? Who comes to mind when you think of communication or Mercury?
In this, well, no, it's weird. No, I have one. I don't know the guy's name, and this is weird. In this energy, in this standpoint, the whole thing behind Marathon, where the guy ran to deliver the message, and he ran and he died. So he delivered the message and he died. It's like that. You know, it's that sacrifice thing. I'm going to deliver the message. I'm going to get the job done, but I'm going to sacrifice myself to get it done. I really see this whole, I'll go martyrdom, but I think sometimes martyrdom has like I think an unnecessarily negative connotation to it. I don't mean it in a negative way. I think there is this like self-sacrificial energy to Pisces. I'm
having a horrible.
I mean that in a positive way. I think that gets kind of overlooked. I think it's a positive aspect of Pisces, willing to kind of give themselves for the common good.
I think of Paul Revere, which makes me think of like Beastie Boys. It's Brass Monkey. It's
when you said Paul Revere, I did not think of.
I did. I thought of. So. I love that song. Again, not the most popular song, but one of their better ones. Man, tomorrow's going to be interesting, guys. Let me know. And if you're using the space to journal, if you're sharpening your intuitive skills with us each week, let me know in the chat room. Let us know those predictive things. We're thinking boycotts, sacrifices, other ways that we're going to be maneuvering ways to influence people's feelings, which again, it's not, even with like the oil, it may be not about the oil. It might be indirect to direct movements and ripples. That's part of that filter of Pisces that we're going to see playing out tomorrow.
Sunday Night Dead folks, I'm sorry if you see me like looking distracted. My Sunday Night Dead folks know the things that go on in this house and stuff, and there's hardly anybody in this house. I had what looked like company standing in my doorway that wasn't there, so that's why. If you look me looking over and being distracted, that wasn't there. I also want to quick say, I think that the sacrificial, it's going to go both ways. I think you're going to get a lot of like bluster from Russia tomorrow too about this. We're not going to let any kind of sanction or boycott or anything. We're willing to sacrifice whatever it takes to get this mission done because it's so important for us to stomp out these make-believe Nazis that exist only in our little propaganda world. And so,
Look at me, like really channeling the do not have a response, Sarah. Like, Yoda, peace, contentment. Man, it's very,
Full disclosure, I'm an anti-Russian
we get
troll.
really passionate about
Every show we
how
do where Putin is still breathing is going to annoy the shit out of
you were
me.
thinking
Because
about prostate
I want
shrinkage.
I want very bad
Keep your
things to
mind
happen to
straight.
old Vlad.
Stop thinking about prostates. Come on. No, it's me. It's my problem.
Yeah, we did chaos. I did chaos magic the last week to try to explode his prostate, just so people know we had it growing to the size of a beach ball at one point, just to like not only like have bad things happen to him, but we were trying to think of like what was the
My
worst thing that we could
inbox, I
have happen.
swear to God, the influx of more than average discussion of male genitalia because of last week.
Yeah.
God dang it. God dang it.
And I started a whole other campaign that we tried to like block, like make him not be able to urinate until like the troops were out. We were doing all kinds of weird like
Zoolander memes.
Which I'm still doing it, but I mix it up. I don't reveal what I'm doing until after it's done. So yeah, we're still doing other chaos magic crap to go after old Vlad. So
fuck it up.
That's another story. So
that's another show. That's Sunday, where you can learn more about how to shrink people's gallbladders, prostates, and warts. Thursday. I love our show so much. The topics that we cover, I always think about like somebody who might be joining us for the very first time and what that experience might be like.
So we can do astrology readings, or if you ever want to learn how to do chaos magic to like explode somebody's organs, I'm your guy.
We can help you with that. Just saying. Thursday, just another normal day. Thursday, my favorite day. It's Jupiter. I'm hearing a noise, and it's this new. I found it at an antique store, and now I know why. It's annoying. Thursday, March 10th, 3/10/2022. Something's happening. Again, it's just small things. Oh, the first thing, first quarter moon in Gemini. Not a big deal, but first quarter moon, that chunk of waxing in Gemini. What does it mean? What does it mean?
So I view, so this is the new moon cycles Pisces. So this is, again, that kind of like sacrifice what are you willing to give for the common good. And so I always view like Gemini as the two sides. And so which decision are you going to make? So I view this energy as this is decision. So this is, you're kind of at a crossroads. So figure out kind of which direction you want to take. So there may be a lot of energy at this point on making a decision one way or the other.
Man, I love it that you said the crossroads. Because you guys know, for those of you who are interested in voodoo, hoodoo, do what? Mommy of the babe. I enjoy talking about crossroads necromancy, luminary magic. And I had written down, Matt, for Thursday, goofer dust. Goofer dust. Two sides. Gemini, we're getting this two sides. That's where you get the crossroad reference, duality. This way, that way, now and then. We're not just talking, Rosie O'Donnell and Christina Ricci. We're talking like then and now. We're talking two sides to things. You're hearing my dog eat my snake skin on my altar is what you're hearing. Which problems? Which problems? Familiar problems. But goofer dust. That things be two-sided like a Gemini. That they see two perspectives, juxtapositions. And goofer dust, if you don't know what it is, Thursday, maybe that's something that you want to try and learn more about. But some people don't always love Gemini. I think gets a bad rap. People often be like, "Oh, Gemini." What are they doing when they do that? What do you think that means? What is that stereotype of Gemini?
Well, I always just go back to the whole. They're very social butterfly, and their whole mental process is extroverted. So they use people as sounding board. So it's kind of which way do they go, which way do they go, which way do they go, like bouncing things off. And so there's a little bit of an indecisiveness on this. I feel it's sometimes unfairly described as two-faced. I don't feel they're two-faced. I feel they are, and not necessarily indecisive either. I think they're just trying to weigh out all their options, and they do it all in an extroverted manner. So they just spout it all out, and like their mental process is very extroverted. So they're like bouncing their ideas off people.
I think of Richard Gere in Chicago. You give 'em the old razzle dazzle, razzle dazzle them. He goes from being in his underwear to being in a suit. It's quite a show. It's quite a show. Gemini, the courtroom, prosecution, defense. And this side, and now that side. Like, and now this, what? And now that. It's that ping pong of a discussion. Devil's advocate to criticism. It's a really great space to talk things out, which is going to be Thursday. But one more thing is happening. And if you work with people, if you're going back to the office, if mandates are changing, things are shifting, gas prices are going up. Man, gas prices are going up, mandates move, people want to go back, but now we really shouldn't be because of the way prices are moving. Something else is going to happen on Thursday night. The moon waxing into Gemini, meaning light is gaining. We're seeing more that creatures coming out of the darkness, but it's squaring off with Neptune and Pisces.
Oh, your favorite.
I hate that. Anyway, what does it mean? Why do I hate it?
Square is like an obstacle, so it's like in your way. And so Pisces is, so Neptune and Pisces, it's its home sign. So I always view it, it's like this foggy, it's deception, it's delusion. So now we have this moon emotional in this extroverted, I want to bounce ideas off. And what's in my way is deception, delusion, misreading things. And so it's like I am choosing which path to go on, and there's like a mirage on one of the paths. And so so this is one of these where I would give personal advice for Thursday as to not make decisions on Thursday. So you may have all this energy of extroverted wanting to bounce ideas and this energy to want to make a decision. Wait until Friday, because your odds of making the wrong choice on Thursday is really high. So I would say on the macro and prediction scale, really monitor if big decisions are made on the world stage tomorrow on Thursday, because they could really be bad decisions.
I've had that because I had shared on my social media this week a really great thing I had learned about unifying time. We're doing cyber psychology and the forensic sciences lecture space. A Native American Ojibwe up here sharing a Wanabisa. A Wanabisa is the second or third moon cycle of the Makunsa, of the like winter birthing cycle of the mammals. The eyes are so sensitive to the sun and bouncing off all of the snow and the whiteout that the nature spirit sends a Wanabisa, a great mist, over the land to protect their eyes when the bears are being born. So you know not to go out and hunt. The mothers will be freshly birthed, their babies, and you will know that it wasn't a Wendigo howling in the night. It was the birthing of the bears, and that the mist over the water, the Awanabisa, will be telling you what time it is, because you won't be able to see the sun as you usually do, because it's protecting the eyes of the babies. I was like mesmerized by this time-keeping and measuring moment of awareness that is so magical, really, in how perspective and awareness works. Light refracted. Knowing what time it is, not by the usual way, which we're going to be having daylight savings time this week. There's that shift anyway. There's going to be that, like, am I in the right time and space? Am I in the holodeck? Like, program end. just to make sure. Control Alt Delete. just to make sure that we're in the right space. Neptune and Pisces, water on water, moon on water, on wishy-washy. What? Like, we're going to be like the middle of the earth in a weird matter of state of being. What does it mean? What does it mean? I would say water meditation will be really good on Thursday night. Don't get too deep into your delusions or night terrors or dreams that have probably been on high alert lately. How have your dreams been?
I always get weird ones.
People have not been memorizing them, remembering them. Oublié. Like if the labyrinth, an oublié, to forget. Lately, it's a weird thing. It's like alien time taking. Weird. Anyway, then it's going to be Friday, 3/11/2022. Friday the 11th. It's going to be 3/11 on Friday. I'm going to have to play some old school 3/11. But one thing's happening. Oh no! More water! What? The moon enters Cancer. What does it mean?
Alrighty. Well, Cancer. I don't know. I like Cancer. So it's homey. It's in its home sign. So it gets a reputation for moody, but it carries its home on its back. It's the crab. I like. I heard somebody else refer to it as the turtle, and I kind of like that one better. That it kind of has its home on its back and can kind of like pull in if it needs to. So it's very security oriented. But much like a crab, it's a cardinal sign, so it moves, but it moves sideways to go forward. So like it's going to initiate things, but it's not going to like come straight at you. It's going to kind of like maneuver around the thing. So I view this as emotional security. Since it's the moon, it's going to be emotional security is going to be very important on Friday. So if you made that decision on Thursday and you made that bad decision on Thursday, you may feel a greater need for security on Friday. People are going to need comfort on Friday. People are going to need to feel secure on Friday. I'm worried. This actually worries me that there could be some really bad news on Thursday again, either with what's going on in Europe, or is the economic stuff going to get even worse? Are we going to start hitting like $6 gas or something? That I feel there's just going to be a need. Everyone's going to want like comfort and security on Friday.
Love me. Hug me. Love me. I need love. Yes, I think that there's going to be, I don't know. We've been doing a lot of work on solitude, the magic and difference of solitude and loneliness in a mental health space and setting. Even though the mandates are shifting, that changes the dynamic of how people feel in their space. Where they're, in elementary school, we were taught personal space with a hula hoop. You'd run around the you'd run around the gymnasium and bump hula hoops with, Brian or whoever. You're in my personal space. You're in my hula hoop, and they would. And our counselor would reference the hula hoop, like, were you in their hula hoop? And people probably thought we were crazy. But if you went to our elementary school, you knew exactly what you were talking about. That means you were in my personal space. You were in my hula hoop. And the hula hoop has gone from, we all know a hula hoop, it's kind of like this. It's like whatever this distance. You can't really see because my camera's too small. So I look like I'm in a Michael Jackson video, like doing Thriller. It's about that space. But now it's 6 inches. Or then it was 6 feet. If you want to get in someone's personal space, do that. But like that 6 feet rule, now it's going to be, it didn't really need to be 6 feet, but maybe it did, but maybe it wasn't, but maybe it was a shedding conspiracy. Maybe it wasn't, maybe it was that. People are going to just need a hug. People are going to need expectation of love, security, and feeling their boundaries shifting. Invasion, boundaries, movement. It's like the game of Risk. I think I'll just take that. Just move that right on over there. Oh, sad story on Thursday. Oh, look at the sad story. It may not even be a real sad story, but it's going to be sad. And then Friday, it's going to be like, I don't care about your sad story. Like that. Kind of just like last week. I think it's just going to be like last week.
Yeah.
Or
I feel
this
like
week.
people are gonna want to. Yeah, people are gonna be like wanting hugs on Friday.
Yeah. It's going to be,
Yeah.
man, don't watch What Dreams May Come on Friday.
Yeah.
God, I miss Robin Williams. We need you, Robin Williams. He's in another dimension. Anyway, let's stay focused. We're trying.
I like that. I keep smiling, Matt. You can see.
Yeah.
I'm already just dreading this like
We're
wave of people that
trying.
just need comfort and hugs. Because yeah, I'm not your guy.
Well, but you could be. You might be.
I could
And
be.
this is why we do this. We're knowing that someone might come up to you and you got to do less than Daria. More than Daria. You got to have something more than that little shift. But this is why we plan and prepare.
I joked with somebody. It is a total sidebar, but like I think we're gonna do for our back to office. I think they're gonna try to do all these things to like make it like a celebration. And then there's gonna be people like me that really aren't looking forward to it at all. So I think I'm actually gonna buy like a whole tray of cookies, and I'm gonna do my own version of it where I'm gonna just walk around and go, I know this sucks. Here's your cookie. I know that this is how I would handle it. We're not gonna fake this. We're not gonna fake this at all. But I'm gonna give you all a cookie. I know this sucks.
Yep. Goodbye, personal space.
And that would be me on
Goodbye,
Friday.
robe.
I might not give you a hug, but I know this sucks. Here's your cookie.
Man, I would be one to ice cookies and make them like honest cookies, like that Dick's place that you go eat and they tell you to fuck off. And it'd be like, well, there goes having my, emotional support pets. like the truth cookies. Anybody out there who's a baker, you can take my idea. Just give me 30%. It's like Shark Tank. Truth cookies, like Valentine's Day hearts. Anyway, it's going to be Saturday before we know it. And what does that mean? What does that mean? It's going to be 3/12/2022. That seems relevantly special. It's another moon thing. Okay, a lot of moon movements, like last week. Moon in Cancer, trine. If you were on the video chat, you'd see my Illuminati reference. Ooh, ooh. Trine, Sun in Pisces.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So trine is
right.
energy, so it's good. You got sun and moon. So sun's your external, moon's like your internal world. So this is good that you got good synergy from the internal and external. So I think this is generally a positive. And that synergy is all in this water emotional space between emotional security and your external and this more kind of selfless, introspective, big picture, broad perspective. So I view this as I view this as like good, wise, big picture, how everything kind of fits together. Yeah, you'll want your emotional security, but you see how like your security fits into like everything else. So unlike Thursday, where I think like it's bad decision, I actually think Saturday is a very good decision and diplomacy and like very constructive things you get done on Saturday. So much like pay attention to what happens Thursday on the big stage, because that could be really bad things. Things that happen on Saturday could be really, really positive.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
Positive
so if any agreement or something gets done on Saturday, that actually could have some really positive effects to it because there's good energy behind that.
Which is one of those things, I mean, when you're looking at sociological behavior patterns and you're like, something really sad happens on Thursday, and then Friday's uncertain, and then Saturday everybody somehow unifies, like they're brought together by some horrible tragedy. Gonna go ahead and put down some horrible tragedy might happen on Friday. Right? Saturday means it's terribly productive. It's like that mental health concern one might have that just because things are going really good, you start kind of feeling like things might go really shitty. Uh-oh, universe, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. It's going to be really productive on Saturday. Is that what you're saying? It's and nothing to be suspicious about, right? Though
I don't necessarily think productive. I think there's a good perspective, like emotional wise and security wise. So I think like decisions that get made on Saturday can be done with a really good perspective of how you and your security fits into like the overall big picture. So I think like very wise decisions can be made on Saturday. So it's not necessarily productive, but I think decisions that could be made could be very, very well done and very kind of profound. So there could be some really good tailwinds to get some constructive work done on Saturday, depending on what happens.
And, you know, usually, guys, if you are joining us for the first time here on Astrology and Alchemy, we will encourage you to journal this and write down your own predictions of how this will play out in a macro and micro scale for your own life as well as society. And I have previously written, I do it at the end of every month, my predictions for the month ahead, and kind of sit and meditate and write out my little feelings. I write out my feelings. The ritual suggestion that I had written out for Saturday, March 12th, 2022, was to do a cigar box camera because there was something about developing the way you see things. And so I've noticed that play on readjusting, redefining, diplomacy, development, perspective, kind of like something. This is a play on the electromagnetic spectrum and specifically the visible light spectrum. I feel like light play and development. Isn't it weird that that's old school. People don't have to develop their film anymore. Sorry. Just a vampire reminiscing of the old days. But then Sunday comes. Two things happen. If you were joining us on the chat, you'd be able to see my scrunchy nose because that gives us some indication you'd be psychic. Well, you'd just be observant. Same thing. Sunday, two things happen. First thing, moon. No, again? It's true. It moves again. It's always moving. But what does it mean? The moon enters my least favorite sign. Tell him, Sarah. Leo. That's right. Leo. Moon enters Leo. It's prideful. It's fiery. It's ego. It's a fire sign. The middle of the road fire sign. Ain't moving for nobody fire sign. Oh, I think I'll just lay right here and fuck off fire sign. What does it mean, though, when the moon enters Leo?
I'm just going to add, you actually, I've never even said that I have a least favorite sign.
I do.
You announce yours and you get no grief over it. I'm the one that gets the messages over that I give.
People don't.
I get grief that I bash signs.
I'm not bashing Leo. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I see you and your sauciness.
All right. Leo, spotlight, ego. I know Donald Trump's not I guess somebody told me he's a Leo rising, which I'm actually a Leo rising, which I got to tell you, it pains me that I have any sign similar to him. But ego. So yeah, it's ego. It's spotlight. It's so yeah, this is emotional moving from security now. So it's more of an inward focus to more of an outward focus. Now it wants attention. So this is attention seeking. They can be attention seekers. They tend to be generous, but I always view it as it's generous kind of with a catch. It's like that little Bible verse of the person giving them money and having the people blow the horns ahead of time so everyone sees them giving the money. It's, it's generosity to be seen being generous. Again, I'm speaking in generalizations. I don't want to get hate again saying, yeah, but it's a general. Leos like spotlights. That's the big thing. They like attention. You got to give Leos attention. So moon emotions in the Leo space, and this is the macro. So this is where moon is for everybody. There's going to be an emotional shift to wanting attention. So look for lots of attention seeking behavior on Sunday.
And I think of attention like I wish I had wish I may wish like dang, that's not going to do nothing. Dang, that does nothing either. I need that sound, that ding 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 ding. Hello, welcome everybody. Sorry, put your, like at the wedding when that guy stands up, whoever it is, it's always trying to interrupt people's like chatting, to give a toast, to give a breaking, a wind chime, a breaking of the air, as it's supposed to do, to bring you back to reality, to be that hypnagogic shriek as you're dissociating. to remind you that, hey, that moment, that call to attention, a growl, a howl, a beginning of the Mandela effect. Is it the lion that is sitting through there? They're poking him in the butt, I believe, in the studio. In the Paramount. They are, I think, poking him in the hiney to get him to do that. And that is that Leo generosity. But by the way, center, growl, howl, calling of your space, call to attention, call of the wild is really the vibe that I get. And this is going to be Sunday, kind of following all of this moon energy, suddenly this attention seeking that may not feel that gentle, maybe is the adjective I want to use. It's going to feel a little bit more powerful. Ooh, whoa, okay. Like, might even feel good, powerful, scare you from behind, kind of, but like, scary good, if there is such a thing. But one more thing happens on Sunday, which gives an indication of kind of how to use that energy. Sun will be in Pisces, conjunct Neptune in Pisces.
Ooh.
Hot fire, sun, and water with water and water and water. Throw that big old fireball into the ocean and see what happens.
At least it's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday.
So this would be really bad if it was like a Friday or a Saturday. So conjunct is combining the two energies. And so we're in Pisces. So again, this kind of big, broad perspective, introspective, martyr energy. But, Neptune is that deceptive, delusional, I always call it like foggy. What you see isn't really reality. And now it's combining with your sun, kind of almost like the core self. And so I view this as a very strong, self-deluded, deceptive energy. So this is one of these bad decision days. This is where the fogginess or the misperception, the misconception is going to look right, feel right, seem right. So another one of these where you're going to get Matt's warnings. Do not make big decisions on Sunday because they're probably going to be wrong. Things are not going to be what they seem. So I'd also look on the big stage as if something big happens on Sunday and gets announced, watch for deception, watch for big, you play in the conspiracy space far more than I do. I'm more the Occam's razor guy. So when you hear me saying conspiracy, pay attention because I'm not that guy.
I am that guy.
Yeah, Sunday is I'd look for cons and conspiracy and deception on Sunday.
And damn, that wand flew right out of my hand. I was pointing my wand because that was a conspiracy theory moment. I don't have another wand nearby, so I'll just point my wand finger.
This is like we're gonna open up the humanitarian corridors, and then when the buses all get lined up,
safe, got a lot to say. Boom.
The buses, it's that kind of thing. Like whatever gets announced on Sunday, it's gonna be a
rip in the vinyl. What song did they play? What? Right, wrong, good, bad. Know them. If you're religious, it would be discernment.
Yes, that's a good term.
Safe word, code word. What does a pineapple mean? Cryptic. Know the things. Please know the things. Know the things. Know the things. But how do you know that you know? Something's going to be... Something weird will be afoot at the Circle K on Sunday. I might say down by the bay. We might. We just may.
Things are not what they seem on Sunday. That's the best way I can.
Diddle-oo, diddle-oo, diddle-oo. That's all we're going to say. That's all we can say because we don't know for certain. We can't say for sure. But we would double check things. Double check.
And don't make big decisions on your odds of making a bad decision on Sunday are very high. So this is another one of those where wait till Monday.
Yeah. Wait till Monday where
And I'll just add real quick, since it's water, also beware, since it's emotional, always also beware of like texts and emails and calls and, long lost person wants to make up or get back together, or just watch, because whatever the energy is on Sunday, it's not what it seems it's going to be.
not what it seems. I like that. I like having that asterisk. See, and these are ways that we're using that astrology to kind of navigate and go, that's weird. And it kind of goes from being weird, unpredictable, strange, ding, 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 to kind of making a little bit more sense, being applicable, being something that you can fit that little puzzle piece. Otherwise, like, what the fuck is that? That it goes somewhere and gives you a picture of something a little bit bigger you may not have seen before.
I'm gonna go to an
Hopefully that.
extreme. I'm gonna go to an extreme example, but like an estranged family member shows up that was you hadn't seen them in 10 years, and they want to make up, and everything seems great, and then Monday you like wake up and find out that they like stole your car and stole your
Stole your
wallet and stole your
shit.
TV and stuff. It's like that kind of
No.
thing.
How could they? Well, it's not going to happen to us, not us listening to this show, because we're going to know better. And then, how does it all play out, or who might this be, or what exactly? We're kind of uncertain. It's like a stellan or a wanabisa on the water. It's like a fog or a mist. We can't quite see. Beep, 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 beep. Monday, in context, it's going to be Pie Day. First of all, go to your local bakery, get a pie, because it's 3.14, and all those numbers that you know, that I know, that we don't know, but they're always the same because it's Pi Day, 3/14, 2022. The moon is in Leo still, yes, but it's opposing Venus and Aquarius. I do love it when Venus moves. V for vagina, Venus, sensuality, and Aquarius. Aquarius. But what does that mean when it's opposite the moon in Leo?
So opposite isn't like square where it's obstacle. Opposite is like tension. So it can be almost like opposites attract, but it's just this tension. So Venus in Aquarius. So again, it's that feminine energy. I always kind of think of it. It can also be financial things, but I always kind of it's also romance. Aquarius is that out of the box, kind of unique, innovative, having tension with this emotional wanting attention and wanting kind of. So I view this almost as tension between kind of this romantic energy in a non-traditional space or kind of an innovative way, and kind of your emotional wanting attention. So kind of this back and forth between. I almost view this as trying to figure out the best way to word this. It's almost like that hard to get energy. Like you want the attention, but you don't want to make it obvious that you want the attention. So like you'll throw out different ways to, when I say like out of the box for the romantic, so it's going to be actions that is showing interest, but not in the traditional way that you would normally interpret interest. So it's like, I want to have attention. So you almost think of like the elementary school boy that picks on the girl that he's actually interested in, is actually mean to the girl that he actually likes. It's like that kind of thing. It's ways to try to get attention romantically, but not done in the way that you would normally see it. So I'd look for, and it's Monday again, so that's going to be weird. So if you see somebody acting kind of odd, again, don't just file it away. It may be somebody may be trying to get your attention for other reasons.
And it's like a Tim Burton energy, like a Johnny Depp. Like, it's attractive, but it's a little different. It's gauntly. It's not what you would expect. It's a man wearing bracelets. You know what? I know, right? That eros, love, coy, masculine power. What? It's like pugnacious or something. It's like, I don't even know. I had written down understanding pride and desire, passion, need, and want, facing off with feelings of connection and knowing like what that means. Almost a game of tug of war, seeing not work, which is very prevalent in folk magic and magic, colonial magic. What? I know. Salem witch trials, fishermen's wives, people needing to communicate with rope. If you're someone who's been tied up or held hostage or bondage, even. These are all ways, innovative ways to connect, to feel, to work with energy that allows you to feel a push and a pull and be involved in that dynamic, which I see playing out on Monday. But we have one last shift, one last movement in the astrological realm happening. It's bringing us to Tuesday. It'll be a full week. We will be time travelers. It won't be Pie Day anymore. We will have eaten our pie, but it'll be Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, all over again. 3/15/2022 will be almost halfway through the month. It'll be almost St. Patrick's Day. We'll be past the Ides of March, give or take a little bit. So please don't get stabbed. What's going to happen on Tuesday? The moon in Leo. Yes, we heard you still. Moon in Leo, so feeling fiery. And that's opposite Saturn in Aquarius.
All right. So the emotional thing stays the same. Obviously, opposite still this tension, but now it's wanting attention from others, kind of emotionally. But now you have Saturn, which is rules. The rings are rules, and Aquarius in this kind of innovative, rebellious space. So I always view this energy as the opportunity to change the rules. So this is kind of the same thing. I'm going to go kind of very similar to what I said on Monday. This is, I'm going to say, look for people wanting to kick against the rules or kind of rebel against rules, but they're doing it to get attention. So that kind of traditional attention-seeking behavior. So I'm going to break some rule. I'm going to do something because it draws attention to myself.
As they
not
say,
a good day. If you're like a teacher, like this is not a day that I'd want to be like a teacher, because this is going to be like one of these days where just like the energy is going to be, kids are just going to be doing crap just to get attention and just pushing boundaries. And yeah, this is going to be a push the boundaries day on Tuesday.
I feel like this is the squeaky wheel gets the oil. A Karen. What?
Yeah. But I don't even think this is even about getting the oil. This is just about being seen.
Hey. Oh, okay. It's going to be, and I'm trying to see, like, is it going to be air magic? No, not necessarily. Well, it could be because of Aquarius, because of the Aquarius vibe, because Saturn is so large, because there are so many planets in that Aquarius, and Aquarius is like a major chord. Saturn's right in the middle. It's that DMV gas station quick trip of the planets, and the moon is just like the backup singer that happens to be doing the like, hey, 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 hey. It's like Cardi B in that Maroon 5 song that she ruins. Saturn and Aquarius. Man, I feel like this is going to be a shift on, I feel like there's going to be a cultural shift, like the pulling the tablecloth out from underneath the dishes as a magic trick, but sometimes it's comedy and sometimes it's not. Like it's a very subtle space and time that mass chaos can be entertaining.
Somebody's going to do some major grandstanding. I know you like the politics because like your no man's land and stuff. So I'm just going to say somebody's going to do some kind of grandstanding act on Tuesday.
Right.
For that. There's going to be some, and it's not going to be productive and it's going to be stupid, but it's going to be merely a look at me to get my name out there. So there's going to be there's going to be a big, stupid ass political stunt done by somebody on Tuesday.
Oh my goodness. I think of Steve Martin. I think of the Three Amigos. I think of The Jerk. I was born a poor white child. Like, this is a play on what we know is right in a funny way, but doing like a jerk stop that's going to really catch people. This is a slug bug moment that people don't know what you're talking about because they don't even know what a Volkswagen is. And it's really going to change how that attention moment is received. Again, the meditation of acceptance, what acceptance is, the neurolinguistic patience, what patience is, how to process this energy, all very important relative to mental health, emotional health, relative to society, how you are as a person. Maybe if you are going back to the office or if you have to deal with things, this is going to be really good as we're heading into St. Patrick's Day, the melting, daylight savings, all the things coming up, the Ides of March, all the things
I
just
wanted
in
to
this
add.
next
I just
week.
wanted to add really quick because I saw some comments here that they can't wait. Russ said about can't wait to get past Pisces. None of this has to do with Pisces that we've been talking about.
None.
This is Leo. This is the moon in Leo, and look at me, look at me, look at me.
Look at me.
And it's the combo of Leo and the moon emotional. And there was a lot of moves of the moon in Leo those last 3 days, so that's why you're seeing all this stuff. It's this attention seeking
And
combo.
feeling too. I've been having that where it's like, God, love me, see me, feel me, me. And you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. And that's why I love to utilize this time together and this time with you guys. So don't hesitate. And please feel free to direct message us as we finish up the night here on Astrology and Alchemy, usually at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. But you are also going to be seeing us popping up and streaming on Odyssey Radio. So you guys can check us out there, and we're going to be doing better. I will do better to be putting on our social media sites the links that you can follow us and start subscribing and checking us out there, because you can listen wherever you're at for free on your app and stuff, and use this as you would. So, Matt, where can they go to find you to get a reading, like an astrological reading for the Ides of March? Because, Lord, we need some luck.
Autumn Astrology on Facebook, the Astrology and Alchemy page on Facebook. You can message this show on YouTube on the Paranormal channel if you want. You can look me up on mslozer at Yahoo as well. Any of those will work, and I'd be happy to do a reading for you.
Do it. And you guys, you should. Whether or not you're getting a big old fat tax return back or not, sometimes just investing in yourself, getting that insight, seeing what your birth chart, what it says about you, maybe about a romance, maybe about a business endeavor. I've got some people wanting to look about, cryptocurrencies, the retirement, how to maneuver through financial spaces, how to have a little bit more awareness, security about the decisions you're making, and just why, reasons to be skeptical. So, all ways you can use astrology and alchemy, and we do hope you will. So you can check me out at paranormalsarah.com, but you guys be sure and join us here next Tuesday, every Tuesday. Bring a friend, tag somebody you know, because we want to see you here. We love you joining us, and we do hope you will next week. What am I forgetting?
I don't think anything, but thanks to everybody who joined us late tonight. This
Yeah, it
is
was a
very
late
late
night,
for us
which is
East Coast
great.
folks, so thank you.
Yeah, and now you can get your rest. So we know what's happening tomorrow. You guys, if you have any questions, message us. And until next week, we'll see you then.
All right. Good night, everyone.